and welcome to this video. In this video, we will learn about producers and consumers. And therefore, I'm going to talk to Abhinav Sonker. Hi, Abhinav.
Hi, Elise.
Hi. In the previous video, we've spoken about streams. But for using a stream, you'll need a producer and a consumer. Can you tell me, what is a producer exactly?
Sure. So yes, in the last video, we discussed about stream. But stream itself is just half of the story. Right? You need some applications to actually use that stream. So the producer is basically an application which generates data that is to be put on the stream. Okay? This data can come from anywhere, depending on the application.
Okay, and how's that done with the consumer?
The consumer is the other side of the stream. So once you have the data on the stream, consumer is an application that would receive that data and process it further. And the processing here can mean forwarding the data inside a database, or for indexing, going into data lake, and so on.
Okay, that's quite clear. All right, but now we know what a producer and a consumer is, but how can you create an application?
Sure. So in our actual platform, you can create an application very simply on the GUI. I will give a short demonstration. Okay, so this is the GUI of our self-service actual platform. In the last session, we had a stream created, which is this one. I've named it Expresso Shots based on what we are doing. Just to recap, this is a stream of type string, key value string. It has retention policy set so that messages will be deleted after a certain period. Currently, I have this stream deployed in an environment called development, and it has a retention time of 1 day, which means that messages past 1 day will be removed. But as you can see, the left side of the stream and the right side are both empty. That's because there is no application currently which is producing or consuming. So let's create an application now. Okay, so we go to the application screen and we'll say click new application. And here we fill in some details. The first one is the ID of the application. This is something that we will put in the application code. So let's name it as Expresso-app. Then the name of the application, which will be visible in the self-service UI. So Expresso application. Short name, which shows up in the diagrams. The underscore is allowed. Then a team that owns it. What type of application it is. There are multiple options here. As of now, this is only metadata information. It doesn't affect the way the application works. So our application would be built in Java. And the visibility of the application, we have two options, public or private. Public applications are visible to anyone logging into the self-service, while the private applications are only visible to the members of this team, stream team. So for now, we'll make it public. Some description. Application. All right. So now we have the application definition created. At this point, nothing has been created in the backend. It's only in the database. Before we can do anything with this application, we need to configure a principle, which defines how this application is going to access a stream with what credentials. So we click on the configure, and at this point of time, we have certificates supported. These are mutual SSL based authentication certificates. So I have one ready for this session. So what I will do is I will upload this certificate, and it shows up here what the certificate details are. So you can review and confirm before saving. This looks good. So I will click on save, and now the application principles have been configured. At this point, the application is ready to be produced or consumed with a stream.
Thank you for explaining what a consumer and a producer are, and for showing us how we can create an application. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Elise. This was fun.
See you next time.
Bye.